Welcome back to Elements of Chemistry. Today we're going to talk about matter. Chemistry is the science of matter and the changes that it undergoes. So it's important to understand how matter and energy relate to each other. Matter is anything that takes up space and has mass. We have the law of conservation of matter, which says that matter cannot be created or destroyed, only changed in its form. Same thing with the law of conservation of mass. Mass cannot be created or destroyed, only changed in its form. Energy is described as the ability to do work, and it's measured by how it affects matter. And we have a law of conservation there, which is also that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only changed in its form. And these three laws of conservation govern all of chemistry. Okay, so matter and energy can be measured both quantitatively and qualitatively. Quantitatively has a number like 10 grams. Qualitative is a relative description, hot, cold, big, small. 10 grams would be called light. Now, matter has a flow chart. Matter has states. We describe it as can it be separated or not? And we describe matter based on the changes it undergoes. So for our states of matter, we have the ones that we generally think about: solid, liquid, gas, and you'll sometimes hear about plasma. There's two other states that we talk about, and in the video I'm going to make on states, we'll talk about all actual 6 states of matter. Changes, we can have chemical changes or physical changes. And these are based on changes due to the properties. And we'll go deep into the different properties and the types of changes and what indicates a chemical reaction in the video on changes. Then we're going to talk about, can matter be separated? Matter is either pure, meaning no, it can't be separated, or not pure, meaning yes, we can separate it by physical means. Not pure states of matter are things that we would call a mixture. They would be a combination of elements, compounds, and even other mixtures. And as you can see, being in red, we're going to have another video on mixtures that's much more specific. We'll talk about solutions, things like that. The pure states of matter, elements and compounds, each have their own video talking about them coming up. This is just the overview or intro to the unit here. Elements are the purest form of matter. They can be broken down into their subatomic particles, and we're going to talk about those subatomic particles. And we're even going to talk about the particles that make up the subatomic particles, the subatomic particles. And compounds are just elements chemically bound in different ratios. So that's kind of an overview of where we're going. And so you can tune into each one of those individually. But just remember, matter is governed by this law of conservation, that it is conserved. It can't be created or destroyed. It can only be changed in its form. And its forms could be changing its states. Changing its states would be changing its energy. We can change the arrangement of its particles. We can separate them into elements, compounds. We can describe them as the type of mixtures that they are. So this unit's going to be very descriptive and a lot less math than most of the other units. I hope this was a good overview. Stay curious, keep tuning in, be kind to each other, and stay safe. Have a wonderful day, everyone.